Good morning, Dr. Boo. It's Simply Health here in Federal Way. Beautiful weekend. The sun's coming out. A little bit different this weekend for me. I got to watch my nephew, who lives in Oregon, come up to the area playing competitive baseball. And it was fun watching them play, watch the competitive spirit come out. Several of his teammates have been, and himself, been dealing with injuries, and watching them trying to play through it. They work with physical therapy and they just really haven't gotten better. Anyways, one of his teammates that I worked on, this kid, amazing at the age of 16, pitching at 80 something miles per hour. And unfortunately, he hasn't progressed, I think, since he was 14 when he was pitching that fast. And a lot of it was because he had several injuries of his, actually, it turned out to be his dorsal scapular nerve, which then affected his shoulder blade. And that shoulder blade, I wrote a blog about it. It's so important, and as far as how the rotation of your shoulder blade is to allow you to move. And actually, 60 degrees of your shoulder movement comes from your shoulder blade having to moving appropriately. And if it's not functioning in tandem with each other, your deltoid, your shoulder muscle, actually is dragging that along. And yeah, in examining him, he's been compensating for the last 2 years, being a competitor. And when I examined him, it was just amazing how the different muscles that his body is overcompensating and having a lot of issues. And his exam, I've never seen someone like that before. But this kid could barely rotate his body because of how stiff he is from his injuries, and including lower back, which then led to an injury of his lower leg. And I mean, this kid from head to toe was dealing all sorts of stuff. Anyways, I worked on several of his teammates because he was nervous about injections like everyone else. But these are small needle injections, and he saw how one of his teammates who wasn't able to pitch yesterday because same thing, he was having shoulder issues and he couldn't actually rotate his arm back far enough to pitch. And so he didn't get to play, but right afterwards he was able to cock his arm back. And he was just surprised, like, wait a sec, I couldn't do this like 2 minutes ago. What's going on here? And explain to them that, again, if the nerve is irritated, your body goes into this protective mode that limits your range of motion, fires off pain, swelling, things like that to protect itself. Well, anyways, I worked on several of them, and then two of them. And then the last one was the young gentleman with all these injuries. And as I'm injecting, he's nervous, coaching him through, control your breathing. That'll help relax your muscles, and you'll feel less needle discomfort. And working on his neck all the way down to his lower back. And he's feeling better. That afterwards, he's like rotating well, and he's just surprised of how well he feels. He's like, hey, can you work on my lower leg also? Because again, he had that ankle injury. And what a surprise, right? Initially, he was nervous about the needle injections, and here he is asking me to inject him some other areas. But yeah, later this morning here on Sunday, my nephew and his team is about to play again. And it's one of those tournaments. If they win, they get to continue and they keep on going. And unfortunately, if they lose, then they go home. But hopefully I can catch up with him and his team and see how they do, as soon as I'm done with clinic here this morning. Yeah, really fun. The weather is being really nice here in Washington. Enjoy the weather, live your best life. And and you have an injury or you have a young athlete who is struggling or it's holding them back, come check us out here at Simply Health in Federal Way. Dr. Booy out.